47 Fox 30 Action News Jax starts right now.
And we start with a live look at the corner of Cassett and San Juan Avenues. In an hour and a half, friends and family will gather here to remember a teen who died in a traffic stop with JSO. 24 hours ago, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office released body camera video showing officers confronting and eventually shooting at 18-year-old Devon Gregory. I'm Tanika Hughes.
I'm John Bachman. A medical examiner said that Gregory had a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Action News Jax is not going to show you the shooting because it's graphic, but we do want you to see what some of the moments were like when police tried to get Gregory out of that car. It is difficult to watch.
Relax. It's okay, bro. Relax. You'll be fine. If you don't put your hand up.
That was just 4 seconds of video, but officers tried for 14 minutes to get Gregory out of the car before the shooting started. The reason for the standoff was because he would not take his hand out from under his car seat.
Earlier in the video, Gregory said that he was trying to get his cell phone from under the seat, but over the course of those 14 minutes where they were engaging with him, he did not lift up his hand. And police say they did find a gun in his possession after the shooting. Action News Jax Ryan Nelson joins us live at that scene in Lakeshore where the shooting happened. And Ryan, tonight's vigil starts at 6:30.
And Tanika, we're joining you from just outside of this intersection of Cassett and San Juan Avenue, where that traffic stop and police shooting happened on Tuesday night. And tonight, some local activists are raising concerns about whether police did enough to de-escalate the situation. Some we spoke to in the law enforcement community said officers went above and beyond.
Within 48 hours, JSO released body camera video showing what led up to a shooting involving 18-year-old Devon Gregory. Police say they released the video after the medical examiner found Gregory shot himself and was also shot by the police. Whether his own gunshot wound killed him or if it was intentional remains under investigation. The video begins with a traffic stop and runs about 19 minutes long. The final 14 minutes show officers with their guns drawn trying to get Gregory to show his hands after he appears to reach for something underneath him.
Hey, don't reach under there. Hey, stop. Stop reaching. Pull your hands. I'm grabbing my phone. Hey, let me see your hand.
The final minutes show intense exchanges.
We do not want to shoot you.
The video ends shortly after shots are fired. We've paused the video before those moments as some may find it disturbing. Christina Kittle of the Jacksonville Community Action Committee feels officers did not do enough to de-escalate the situation.
It's disorienting. You can't have multiple officers, grown men screaming with guns pointed at you and expect somebody to comply. It's disgusting. That's not de-escalation.
We took those concerns to Jacksonville Fraternal Order of Police President Steve Zona. He says officers did what they were trained to do.
I haven't seen the entire video, but what I've seen so far, those officers went above and beyond to try to calm him down and reassure him that he would be okay. And the decision he made, unfortunately, forced the situation.
And as of tonight, the 4 officers remain on administrative leave, which is standard protocol.
And Ryan, last night you spoke to our Action News Jax law and safety expert Dale Carson, asking if this video alone shows whether the shooting was justified.
That's right, John, and it's important to note that JSO released one video from one officer's body camera in this case, and Carson, a former police officer and FBI agent, says that investigators will have to review all of the videos in this case before they can make a determination.
Were they in imminent fear of death or great bodily harm on the other side of the automobile? I don't know the answer to that question, and only the video from those body cam recorders can answer that question for us.
And the video also shows a moment in which Gregory asked to speak to a family member who had been removed from the car and taken into custody by police. And tonight, activists are asking if that moment could have resolved the situation peacefully. And coming up all new at 6, why FOP President Steve Zona says police officers cannot bring others into situations like that. Reporting in Lakeshore, Ryan Nelson, CBS 47 Fox 30, Action News Jax.
According to JSO records, there have been 16 officer-involved shootings this year. Last year, there were 11. There were 6 in 2018. Our coverage on this story continues on ActionNewsJax.com. And once that vigil starts, we'll alert you on the Action News Jax app.
The First Alert weather team tracking some scattered showers right now across the area. A live look at First Alert Doppler HD right now. You can see that rain moving in from the coast. A live look now at the First Alert storm tracker. And this is on, what highway are we on here? We were on 295 earlier. Where are we now? We're on 95 right now, and we did see some rain a bit earlier. So let's go over to First Alert Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. And Mike, you are looking at a bit of a wet weekend.
Yeah, at times, scattered showers, much like today. I mean, we've had plenty of dry hours, but just be prepared, as you can see on First Alert Doppler HD, for those showers to move in off the Atlantic once in a while. Most of southeast Georgia dry now, but we zoom into the metro. We've had a couple bands of rain move through. One is now over western parts of the Beltway, extending toward Baldwin and moving westbound. There's a little yellow in there, so some brief heavier showers into Baldwin now, and Maddox by about 5:13. Other showers are moving back in on the coast here. We'll be into Ponte Vedra now in any minute. At Craig Airport in Arlington at about 5:12. In the St. John's Town Center, the East Beltway of 295 at about 5:23. And other scattered showers extend through Middleburg and southward through parts of St. Johns County, including not too far from St. Augustine Beach. You can see the rain just off in the distance. Pretty rough out there, too. Rough seas and surf. That'll be true through the weekend. The temperature at about 70. Breezy, especially at our coast. When you can expect some rain over the weekend in the First Alert forecast in about 15 minutes.
Only on Action News Jax, the family of this Keystone Heights father beaten to death. Deputies say over a pair of shoes. The family says they are one step closer to closure. Today, nearly a year since the murder, the Clay County Sheriff's Office says all 7 suspects are now behind bars. Action News Jax' Christy Turner is live in Green Cove Springs. And Christy, you spoke to the victim's brother about what the Sheriff's Office called an intricate investigation.
This was a very long investigation. The Clay County Sheriff's Office says it worked tirelessly on this case to arrest 7 people. Tonight I spoke to the victim's brother. He was very emotional and says caring is what cost Stephen Perry his life.
My brother lost his life over a pair of shoes for a senseless act.
Michael Perry says not a day goes by where he doesn't think of his brother Stephen Perry.
He was my best friend my whole life.
Tomorrow marks 1 year since the Keystone Heights father was brutally beaten to death.
I live with and deal with the pain daily.
Friday, the Clay County Sheriff's Office announced these 7 people are now charged with playing a role in Perry's death.
This case was extremely complex. We had multiple offenders involved. We had an extensive crime scene.
The Sheriff's Office says Calvin Rowe was the ringleader.
Perry had given Alexandra McNabb, who was dating Calvin Rowe at the time, shoes for her son. Rowe became jealous.
Most of the suspects are from the Rowe family.
This was a very well put together, tight-knit group. The family, we consider it a crime family. That's all they know.
Michael Perry says the arrest bring him some peace.
It's a big weight lifted off of my shoulders for the simple fact to know that these careless individuals can't go and take somebody else's life.
But he says it won't bring back his brother.
His life was taken, but now their freedom is taken. And I guess that's a bittersweet justice.
These arrests come as there's a new sheriff in Clay County. At the news conference today, I questioned Clay County Sheriff Michelle Cook about crime in the community, what she's doing to combat it, to keep families safe, especially with 2 recent homicides this week. I'll have that part of the story coming up all new at 6. Reporting live in Clay County, Christy Turner, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
And we are now following some breaking news out of Wisconsin, a possible active shooter situation at a mall there. And this is a live look. Right now, a police dispatcher says that officers are responding to a, quote, very active situation at a suburban Milwaukee mall. You can see a lot of officers there on scene. And local media reported that several people could be seen taken away on stretchers from that mall there. Witnesses claim that they heard gunshots as well. We're going to keep an eye on this, and as we get new information, we'll pass it on to you.
An arrest has been made in a suspected case of road rage that killed a Jacksonville man. The crash happened more than a year and a half ago on Roosevelt Boulevard outside Orange Park. That's where Action News Jax' Robert Grant joins us live now. And Robert, it took Florida Highway Patrol more than a year to charge the suspect.
That crash happening back in April of 2019. Troopers say a deadly case of road rage happening right here on US 17. The suspect accused of slamming into the victim, causing a rollover crash that hit 4 total cars on the other side of the highway. Ana Jimenez was arrested for vehicular homicide, accused of a deadly road rage crash.
When we're driving a massive piece of steel down the road, that if we tap somebody, they're liable to not be able to handle it well. And in this particular case, of course, there was an actual death.
A 61-year-old died. Action News Jax law and safety expert Dale Carson says Jimenez's charges are similar to manslaughter. She faces up to 15 years in custody. According to a Florida Highway Patrol report, Jimenez was allegedly rear-ended by the victim. She's then accused of chasing him on the road, despite being told by first responders to pull over. The charges came down nearly a year and a half after the crash, something Carson says is not unusual.
It takes a long time for these cases to be concluded by the state of Florida because there's a lot of investigation that has to go into it.
Jimenez was booked just this week. Carson says it's now on the defense to prove it was an accident.
An accident or a crash, as it's now referred to, is something that is an accident. It's unintended. But when you have something that's intentional, then that's a different matter altogether.
Jimenez also faces 8 charges of reckless driving for each of those cars hit during the crash. Live on the west side, Robert Grant, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
A new record for coronavirus cases in America. Yesterday, the nation reported 187,000 new cases, and that is a number experts warned that we would hit by Christmas. So let's get you caught up now on the latest out of Florida. Today, the state reported 9,000 cases for the second day in a row. Duval added 253, which is about 200 fewer than the day before, and the state also reported 80 deaths. Florida Senator Rick Scott, now among the Floridians who've contracted coronavirus. Scott announced this morning he's tested positive following several negative tests. He started getting tested after coming in contact with someone last Friday who ended up testing positive. He's been in quarantine since.
People still waiting on their coronavirus stimulus check have until tomorrow to notify the IRS. As Action News Jack's Samantha Manning explains, there could be another relief package in the works.
Today, the Treasury Secretary said a compromise seems more promising now that the 2020 elections are over. He says Republicans will work on putting together a stimulus package with Democrats in the coming weeks. For months, lawmakers have been at odds over compromising on another coronavirus relief deal. Today, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi had this message for Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell.
So we're asking him, come back to the table.
Democrats have been pushing for a large-scale package to include money for things like rental assistance, more PPE, and more individual stimulus checks. The Treasury Secretary says Republicans will work with Democrats on a more targeted deal. The GOP has pushed focusing on industries hardest hit like airlines and restaurants.
Send hundreds of billions of dollars to urgent and uncontroversial programs and let Washington argue over the rest later.
This comes as the deadline for people still waiting to get their stimulus checks will expire in less than 24 hours. The IRS is reminding anyone who doesn't normally file a tax return that they have until 3 p.m. Saturday to register with them for their coronavirus stimulus payment if they haven't gotten it already. You register using the non-filers tool on the IRS website. This is only meant for people who aren't required to file a tax return and haven't registered. With negotiations still up in the air, it's still unclear if Americans will be seeing another stimulus check in the near future. Now, some Republicans say a COVID-19 vaccine could reinvigorate parts of the economy, and it may alleviate some of the need for more government help. But we're still many months away before a vaccine would become widely available. In Washington, Samantha Manning, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
I'm Action News Jax. Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. At some places getting some rain right now, like St. Augustine Beach, where we've had a sky cam shot of a rainbow just within the last few minutes, just disappeared now. When it'll rain over parts of your weekend and the first alert forecast in minutes.
Coming up, 2 stories you haven't seen on Action News Jax. First, a local mother desperate for answers after her daughter vanishes.
What she says her daughter had that likely made her a target.
Then, Bogey Creek Preserve. It's an outdoor haven for local families 2 decades in the making.
Now, an anonymous donor's generous gift and what it means for local families.
More local stories that matter to you. Next on Action News Jax.
There's a battle brewing for the top gift under your Christmas tree as two legends in the gaming world go head-to-head for your cash. Xbox versus PS5.
Really and truly, I can see them being neck and neck.
Action News Jax, Christy Turner, investigative reporter by day, gamer by night.
I push both consoles to their limits to find out which one deserves a spot under your tree.
Monday at 5 on CBS 47 and Fox 30. Action News Jax.
The ride you want, the savings you need. Get it all when you shop pre-owned at Arlington Toyota. With over 100 quality pre-owned cars to buy at $0 down and just $199 a month. And 50 quality pre-owned trucks and SUVs to buy at $0 down and $269 a month. And with Arlington's Credit for Everyone program, if your Beacon score is from 450 to 850, almost everyone is approved. Shop in person and online at arlingtontoyota.com.
Family owned and operated for over 42 years.
We've been making joy for over 100 years. So the Ford Built for the Holiday sales event begins now with the best deals of the season. Now get 0% for 72 months or get $5,750 total cash back on Ford Explorer.
Hi, I'm attorney Aaron Fewer from Rubenstein Law, and this is Rubenstein's Rules for Personal Injury. Rule number 6, only settle when it's the right decision. We try cases all the time, but the truth is, most cases settle. With our lawyers on your side, the insurance company knows if they don't make a fair offer, we will see them in court. Our experience will assist you in deciding whether to accept an offer or go to trial. And our advice will help you make the right decision.
For more of these rules, go to RubensteinLaw.com.
Time to start it up, America, at the Ford Built for the Holiday sales event with incredible deals on Ford Ranger and F-150. That'll make a lot of joy this season. Now during the Built for the Holiday sales event, get up to $11,000 in total savings on Ford F-150.
Gentlemen, we can't represent both sides.
Objection!
A complete load of that's my name. Don't wear it out.
A New Bull, Monday at 10/9 Central on CBS.
The First Alert 7-day forecast. On air, online, and on the go. Brought to you by ViStar. If you believe auto loans with no payment for up to 90 days is better, join ViStar. Get great low rates and flexible terms.
5,600 acres of linked preservation land and parks are now officially open in Jacksonville. As Action News Jax Stephanie Bennett reports, the new recreation area is primed for everything from hiking and biking to horseback riding and kayaking.
And this is part of Jax Park's Seven Creeks Recreation Area, a group of newly revamped and now interconnected preservations.
Here you've got an opportunity. We're 30 minutes away from downtown. You've got 5,600 miles of trailways. I mean, that's just amazing.
North Florida Land Trust President Jim McCarthy says the area just grew by 12 acres. Someone in our community just gave the North Florida Land Trust $100,000. This means even more access to the great outdoors for everyone.
It was incredible to get such a gift. I mean, it makes it possible to do so much. So it's wonderful.
What would you say to that person if they're watching tonight?
Thank you so much. I mean, it really does make a difference in what we can do for our community.
The nonprofit organization had its eyes on the land for decades.
It's been 20 years in the making, literally.
The parks have received several upgrades, making them more connected. The goal is to drive people who are interested in everything from hiking and fishing to horseback riding and kayaking to the area.
Our goal is to protect and conserve what all of us really appreciate about North Florida.
Reporting in North Jacksonville, Stephanie Bennett, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
You have 2 more hours to get a free flu shot at select COVID-19 testing sites. It ends at 7 o'clock tonight. The city's offering the vaccinations at the Lane Wiley Senior Center and Mandarin Senior Center. Each location can give a maximum of 80 shots a day. The offer good Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Action News Jax has teamed up with the city for Flu Vax Jax, an effort to get more people vaccinated to help keep our hospitals from becoming overwhelmed. According to a weekly update, the average vaccination rate is 36.9% for Clay, Duval, Nassau, and St. Johns counties. Right now, we are at 33.7%. That is 236,000 flu vaccinations.
Take a look at this house fire in Clay County. the building just destroyed. But take a look now. Today in Middleburg, the Clay County firefighters used a vacant home for live fire training with recruits. So it's not quite what you thought it was. The fire department says they typically get requests for these types of burns, but they do have to meet some pretty strict criteria.
Now, Action News Jax First Alert Weather.
All right, we're tracking a few showers this afternoon that have been moving from east to west. You can see them on First Alert Doppler HD right now. Moving right along, moving about 25 miles per hour, so they don't necessarily last very long in any one spot, but it's going to dampen your Friday evening plans, that's for sure. So over the next few hours, whether it's high school football games, maybe you're going to head out for dinner tonight, maybe a little walk, whatever the case may be, it's going to turn a little bit damp or a little bit wet at times. It's not a washout, and that's really the story for the weekend as we go through the next few hours, a few showers, and then again on and off through the weekend with plenty of dry hours mixed in. Let's check out 5-Sweep First Alert Doppler HD as these showers are moving in from the east. There you can see them moving steadily westbound. They have a tendency to weaken a little bit once they get a little more inland, and that is going to play out through this evening, overnight, and into your Saturday. We zoom in a little bit, a couple little clusters of showers. One on the west side near Baldwin is moving across Highway 301 soon into Baker County, while other showers, and one heavy one there, moves through Ponte Vedra and Jacks Beach. These are westbound as well, and will continue to move toward the west here into western Duval County and areas near and just to the south of Bryceville over the next few minutes, while the showers at the beaches are headed westbound and reach the east beltway of 295 and near the St. John's Town Center by about 5:20 or so. And other showers extend southward through St. Augustine and southern St. Johns County. And again, we see a little yellow in there, so every once in a while there are some heavier showers like what we're seeing at First Alert Skycam Network in St. Augustine Beach. There's a shower offshore, but also some sprinkles on the lens. Rough seas and surf, and that is going to continue through the weekend along with a heightened rip current risk, so use some extra care if you're going to get into that 70-degree water, which is also the air temperature right now, and awfully breezy the closer you are to the coast, around 20 miles per hour or so. So here's that Friday night blitz forecast. A lot of playoff games this evening, so our sports team will be again busy with temperatures generally in the 60s. And we will see at least a few scattered showers could make for a slippery track for some of those high school football games. And at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, hit and miss showers, especially closer to the coast. Notice much of the activity, like today, over northeast Florida versus our southeastern Georgia viewing area. But every once in a while, one of those showers will get into southeast Georgia, too. Temperatures will otherwise be mild in the 70s. Overnight tomorrow night, a few scattered showers right on into Sunday, mixed in with some sunshine. Temperatures that are going to be in the 70s. So for the Jags game, a little damp at times with a scattered shower, but mild otherwise, and a crosswind with those easterly winds. Temperatures in the mid-70s for Saturday and Sunday. Weekends always in view in the First Alert 7-day forecast. And as we go through early next week, Monday and Tuesday mild, and then we bring in a few more showers, but widely scattered. Wednesday and Thanksgiving Day, temperatures stay above average. ActionNewsJax.com is our latest First Alert weather, and you can download for free the First Alert weather app.
The nation is one step closer to honoring the history of Latinos in America. New on Action News Jax at 5:30, the new steps being taken to get a National Latino Museum made by the Smithsonian.
Some family members may be taking on new roles with this year's Thanksgiving dinner. The steps to make sure you prepare your meals safely.
All new coming up at 5:30. The race is on to get your kid the perfect gift. From Baby Yoda to throwback favorites reimagined. Get a sneak peek at all the best deals ahead of the holidays. Coming up on Action News Jax. Local coverage you can count on. Action News Jax at 5 is brought to you in part by Farah and Farah. Here for you. Here for good.
My name is John Taylor. I'm a veteran. Been in the military for 25 years. Leaving the doctor's office, and before I knew it, bam. A head-on collision. It just happened so fast. It's a wonder I got out. When I was hurt, when I was injured, who did I go to? I gave Farah and Farah a call. The team jumped on it. They just helped me, so I'm happy, man. They look at me. What I tell them? 396-5555. What is that number? That's my attorney's number.
All Honda SUVs and trucks are on clearance during Happy Honda Days. Drive new Honda SUVs from just $159 a month. The best value of the season. Honda SUVs from $159 a month. Search your local Honda dealer today. We're dealing.
From time to time, you hear people say, we get our clients too much money. Do they really deserve $1 million after a car wreck? Hundreds of thousands for back pain after an injury? Here's how we think about it. How much would you pay not to have lightning bolts shoot down your leg every day forever? How much would you pay to be able to golf again, to dance again, to lift your child in the air? I know what my number is, and our clients deserve nothing less. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Guys, do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Now, there's great news. Peak Performance for Men will help you regain your performance and confidence, and they guarantee it. Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, clinically shown to open up and regrow blood vessels, restoring normal and natural functionality where it counts most. There are no needles, no surgery, and best of all, no pain. Call now and receive an ultrasound, your initial consultation, all for only $49 in over $300 value. We can make the difference. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Let's start the debate. Who has the best-selling vehicle? We have the #1 selling car in the world, the Toyota Camry. Well, we have the #1 selling truck, the Chevy Silverado. Why would someone buy a used car from you? We have hundreds of vehicles starting as low as $59.99. You get complimentary oil changes with every purchase. Okay, when is the best time to buy a car? Right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter which side you pick. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, you get it all. Let us show you why we're the winning vote.
Bears Furniture celebrates 75 years and our stunning new Jacksonville location with savings up to 75%. Plus, save 50% on all Tommy Bahama during our anniversary sale at Bears Furniture Jacksonville.
All Honda SUVs and trucks are on clearance during Happy Honda Days. Drive new Honda SUVs from just $159 a month. The best value of the season. Honda SUVs from $159 a month. Search your local Honda dealer today. We're dealing.
With some Americans changing their plans and staying home this Thanksgiving because of the coronavirus, some people could be prepping their first Turkey Day meal. Action News Jack's Phil Amato shows you how to get it done safely.
For many Americans opting out of their usual holiday plans during the pandemic, this may be the first time they're cooking the big meal. The first step, properly thaw your frozen bird and give yourself plenty of time. You'll want to do that in the refrigerator, and it takes about 24 hours for every 4 to 5 pounds of turkey. Dr. Mindy Brashears with the USDA says when it's time to cook the bird, it's best to use a food thermometer. It's very important to prevent cross-contamination in the kitchen. Wash and sanitize surfaces, cutting boards, utensils, and hands. Once the big meal is done, get the leftovers into the refrigerator within 2 hours. Break them into smaller containers so they chill quickly. And toss everything out after 4 days. Also, when it comes to leftovers, anything that has potatoes in it is more prone to growing bacteria that survive the cooking process. They can start growing again at room temperature, so watch out. In the newsroom, Phil Amato, Action News Jax.
New at 5:30.
She always told me, God got me. She always told me that, Mama, God got me.
A local mom needs your help finding her daughter, where she thinks she may be months after disappearing. Plus, the world's biggest Earth-observing satellite will start to monitor rising sea levels. We'll show you how you can watch the levels in your area. It's time to start your holiday shopping. The 8 toys on a lot of kids' wish lists, and what parents need to think about right now before buying.
It's the Rooms to Go holiday sale. Right now, get this versatile 2-piece sectional for only $9.99 or $17 a month interest-free in your choice of colors. Shop and save during the Rooms to Go holiday sale.
Hey, it looks like we've got a doctor on board.
Well, I'm no gastroenterologist. Colon cancer home tests like me can't match a colonoscopy's ability to prevent most colon cancers, since they detect and remove precancerous polyps.
So you're not a doctor?
Guess he's just a box full of Here comes the driver.
You get one life. Don't mail it in. Ask your doctor about a colonoscopy.
You look nice. Getting around isn't as easy as it used to be. That's why we called Bath Fitters. They removed our old tub and installed a beautiful new spacious shower. Now, getting in and out is a breeze. And we have peace of mind with seamless walls that provide a watertight fit, plus their lifetime guarantee. Thanks to Bath Fitter, life is so much easier with a shower we love.
What can you get done in 10 minutes? What about listing your home for sale in 10 minutes? Can't be possible.
With the new Instant List tool from Rex, it is. Rex Instant List allows you to value and list your home with an agent in as little as 10 minutes. Since 2015, Rex has provided sellers with over $25 million in savings and absolutely no sacrifice on service. Have 10 minutes to spare? Visit SaveWithRex.com to get started.
When you see a lawyer on TV claiming they got their client money, what was that case really worth? Insurance companies hope you hire the wrong law firm. Don't be fooled. All law firms are not the same. There's only one Morgan & Morgan for the people.
Time to start it up, America. You've got a lot of joy to make. And we're kicking off the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event because you've got turkeys to fry and thanks to give. To help you do it right, we're giving you 90 days payment deferment and 1,000 trade assist cash on the Built Ford Tough F-150 and Ford Ranger. That's on top of what your eligible trade is worth. That'll make a lot of joy this season. Now during the Built for the Holidays sales event, get up to $11,000 in total savings on Ford F-150.
It's the Rooms to Go holiday sale. Right now, get this classic 5-piece dining set for just $8.77 or $15 a month interest-free with your choice of table and chair styles. Shop and save during the Rooms to Go holiday sale.
We continue to keep an eye on breaking news. After a possible active shooter situation in a mall in Wisconsin, we've seen this police presence grow since we got on air at 5. Several outlets reporting, even local ones there, reporting possible injuries there. One witness telling a reporter on the ground that a shooting happened at the Macy's at the mall. And again, this is a suburb of Milwaukee. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on this. We believe we saw a SWAT unit just arrive on that scene. As we learn more, we'll let you know. Local families are calling on you, the community, to help find women who've been missing from our area for months. And one of those women is Brittany Palmer, who you see here. Action News Jack spoke with her mother today.
She always told me, God got me. She always told me that. Mama, God got me. She never feared. She was just a friendly person, lovable.
She is hopeful to find her daughter before Thanksgiving.
As Action News Jack's Robert Grant reports, family members believe someone was after her money.
This is my daughter. Have you seen her?
Vondria Mobley is desperate for answers in the search for her daughter. Brittany Palmer disappeared August 22nd. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office hasn't uncovered any major leads in the case.
This is not like her. If anybody knows anything, seen her, knows something, please call.
Brittany was last seen here in Newtown, the corner of Baldwin and Barber Street. Vondria believes Brittany was last at her friend's mother's house.
To this point, I feel like somebody's holding her hostage. Don't want to let her go. Why? I don't know.
Vondria has her suspicions. She believes her 23-year-old daughter got caught up in the wrong crowd and someone was after her money. Now, 3 months after her disappearance, Vondria says she's not giving up hope.
My faith, God, my number one. I can't give up on him. She always told me, God got me.
5 years ago, Brittany was in a car crash and suffers from a brain injury. She has a limp and uses a walker, but Vondria says it's her distinguishable personality she misses the most, less than a week away from Thanksgiving.
It's hard because I will miss her smile. She just that one that walks in the room and she gonna brighten it up and just upbeat.
In Newtown, Robert Grant, Action News Jax.
And you can report missing persons and anonymous tips by calling Crime Stoppers. No matter where you are in the state, you can dial this number, *8477.
17 days after the election, the White House has not said when President Trump will concede the election to Joe Biden to allow for a smooth transition. Today, White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany said that's because of ongoing litigation.
At what point does the president concede the race and allow for a proper transition to the Biden team?
So right now there's ongoing litigation. There are, what we know, 74 million Americans that voted for this president. That's more votes than any president has gotten in history. It's really extraordinary, and there are very real claims out there that the campaign is pursuing. 234 pages of affidavits publicly available in one county alone.
The state of Georgia has officially certified its results for the 2020 presidential election. According to the hand recount of the state's 5 million votes, President-elect Joe Biden earned 12,000 more votes than President Trump. It's a slight drop for Biden, who was leading by nearly 14,000 votes before the audit. The difference between the candidates is 0.26% of the vote. This morning, Georgia's Secretary of State, who is a supporter of President Trump, made clear that Mr. Biden won his state.
I'm disappointed our candidate didn't win. I believe that the numbers that we have presented today are correct.
This doesn't mean counting in Georgia is over. The Trump campaign has 2 business days to request a second recount. This would be done by using high-speed scanners. The state would cover the cost of the process.
Today, President Trump announced that he is finalizing rules for lowering prescription drug prices for Americans.
Medicare will now look at the price that other developed nations pay for their drugs. And instead of paying the highest price on the list, and we are substantially higher than any other country in the world, we will pay the lowest price.
The president concluded his remarks from the White House press briefing room without taking questions from the press. Vice President Mike Pence is touring Georgia today and spoke at a rally along with Senators David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler, 2 different rallies. Both Senate races are moving to runoffs in January. President-elect Biden spent part of the day with top congressional Democrats. Today marks his 78th birthday, meaning he'll be the oldest president in the nation's history when he's sworn into office in January. You can find live updates on the 2020 election on actionnewsjax.com and our mobile app.
As Florida manages an increase in cases of COVID-19, new numbers show the state's unemployment rate dropped in October. As Action News Jax Paige Kelton explains, that drop comes as Florida urged business owners to reopen.
Travel and leisure-related businesses showed the biggest monthly job gains, but the economic recovery here in Florida still lags.
Jobs are slowly coming back, but many Florida workers are still out of work. Today, the Florida Department of Economic Opportunity gave us a new picture of the health of the state's economy. Florida's unemployment rate for October, 6.5%. That's a drop from 7.2% the month before. But still, 659,000 workers qualify as unemployed.
What we're seeing right now is a trend of gaining jobs, and we actually gained a little bit faster in October than we had in the last few months.
But year to year, Florida is down more than 300,000 jobs.
The state's third quarter jobless average now stands at 8.6%. That's important to know because it means you get another 7 weeks of unemployment benefits for a total of 19 weeks. Unemployment averages over 5% in Florida trigger those extra benefits. In the newsroom, Paige Kelton, CBS 47 Fox 30, Action News Jax.
Pfizer has applied for an FDA emergency use authorization for its vaccine, and the company hopes to produce up to 50 million doses this year, and about half of those will go to the United States. It is important to note that doctors say people will need to get 2 doses of the vaccine. You can find COVID-19 on actionnewsjax.com or our mobile app. You can read more about vaccines, local school closures, and where to get tested as well.
All right, let's give you a live look at Jacksonville Beach right now. Look at that. How cool is this? Tomorrow, the local holiday tradition returns for another year. You'll be able to check out 40 chairs at this year's Deck the Chairs. Starts at 4:30. It's free to everybody. It's beautiful already. Chairs will be around until January 1st.
Local businesses are helping military veterans and their families find local jobs. Today, the city's Military Affairs and Veterans Department hosted a job fair at TIAA Bank Field. And this is a part of the city's celebration of Valor, which surrounds Veterans Day. The city says these celebrations will continue into December, so be sure to stay tuned to Action News Jax for those details. For the 11th year in a row, the local survivor of the Miracle on the Hudson continued his own Thanksgiving tradition. This year, Casey Jones will donate 1,000 turkeys to families in need. And this is video of volunteers loading up the birds, and that's double the amount of turkeys from last year. The turkeys will be given away next Tuesday for families who applied. Action News Jax is teaming up with Feeding Northeast Florida to make sure local families do not go hungry through the holidays. The Empty Bowls fundraiser is going on right now, and it ends December 1st. Every dollar you donate helps to provide 6 meals for those in need. We put a link under the action button on actionnewsjax.com.
Clay County has been in the spotlight after 3 murder investigations of 2 local mothers and a teenager. Ahead on Action News Jax at 5, we asked the newly elected sheriff on her plan to keep local families safe. And the nation is a step closer to honoring the history of Latinos in America. The new steps being taken to get a National Latino Museum made by the Smithsonian.
Plus, the world's biggest Earth-observing satellite will soon keep a watchful eye on the planet's rising sea levels. We'll show you how you can monitor the levels in your area.
People are winning every day during the Action News Jax Drive and Dine giveaway.
You are one of the winners.
You're a winner.
Are you excited?
You made my day.
Watch for the word of the day for a chance to drive off in a Ford F-150 or Lincoln Aviator from Bozard Ford Lincoln, or a $100 gift card.
How about that?
Oh, that is awesome. Congratulations. Keep watching.
The Drive and Dine giveaway, weekday mornings on Action News Jax this morning. Please answer.
It's the season to save big at the Hyundai Thanksgiving sales event. Get great deals on the Hyundai you've always wanted. Plus, get the peace of mind that comes with America's best warranty and complimentary maintenance. Can't wait to satisfy your cravings? Then hurry in to the Hyundai Thanksgiving sales event now and feast on the savings.
Now lease a new 2021 Kona for just $169 a month or get up to $2,500 cash back. Visit buyhyundai.com.
Devices are like doorways that could allow hackers into your home. And like all doors, they're safer when locked. That's why you need Xfinity XFi. With the XFi gateway, devices connected to your home's Wi-Fi are protected, which helps keep people outside from accessing your passwords, credit cards, and cameras, and people inside from accidentally visiting sites that aren't secure. And if someone tries, we'll let you know. XFi Advanced Security. If it's connected, it's protected. Get Xfinity Internet and ask how to upgrade your in-home Wi-Fi. Switch today.
I started losing my teeth in my early 20s, and it was terrible. I don't think there's no one around that can do what Dr. David can do. I went in there with no teeth, and I came out with a smile. I was really blown away. There was no pain at all. It feels like my real teeth. It feels like I have teeth when I was 20 years old. It changed my whole life. I wouldn't trust nobody else but Dr. David. These teeth are wonderful. They feel great.
I know this all looks very Hollywood, but guess what? This is a Nissan sales event ad. Sales event ads are usually boring. Is this boring? Ooh, nice. This Sentra has more standard safety features than that 3 Series behind me. Oh, we're going rogue now.
Lease Sentra, just $179 per month.
The First Alert 7-day forecast. On air, online, and on the go. Brought to you by ViStar. This nothing is really something. Get 0% APR for 12 months when you get a new ViStar Visa credit card and transfer a balance from a non-ViStar card.
The newest satellite to monitor global sea levels is ready to venture out into space. The Action News Jax Skyvision drone showing you video of Volano Beach in St. Johns County. Now you might be thinking, wait, what? First Alert meteorologist Alyssa Pejic explains how rising seas make coastal communities vulnerable.
The Sentinel-6 satellite is scheduled to launch this weekend from California to help us measure sea level rise due to climate adaptation. We've continued to monitor sea level rise for the past 20 to 30 years, and here's a website you can go to potentially see some local impacts from sea level rise in the future. Go to coast.noaa.gov. That's the website I have here on the iPad. If you're in a county that's kind of outlined or borderlined by that white color, you are considered vulnerable to sea level rise in the future. I click a rain droplet, it actually picks a location you might know, like the market on the square in St. Mary's, that beautiful yellow building. 1 to 2 feet is potentially projected for the year 2050, and then once we get to 4 to 6 feet, potentially for the year 2100, totally encompassing the street and well to even the front door. With this new satellite, it's going to continue to give us more data over the next few years to help us project not only sea level rise now, but in the future. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Alyssa Pejic.
Good information, Alyssa, as we continue to track at least a little bit of rain and relatively mild temperatures across the area now and into your weekend in the First Alert forecast after the break.
Coronavirus cases in Duval County schools going up, and parents say the district isn't doing enough to protect their children. Ahead at 6, Action News Jax gets answers on how DCPS handles contact tracing.
A remote-controlled Baby Yoda is among the hottest holiday toys this season.
all of the child's movements. You can make him walk. You can play hide and seek with him.
The 8 other toys on your child's wish list and what parents need to think about right now before buying.
We have to have evidence in order to connect the defendant to your dead dog. I want to see evidence.
Judge Judy.
Tonight at 7 on CBS 47.
There are 0 reasons not to get into a Volkswagen, especially now that you can start shopping from home. Click, call, or come by today. Visit our Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event and lease the 2020 Tiguan S today with 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month payment, and 0 due at signing.
I'm John Ossoff, and I approve this message.
Weeks before the stock market crashed, the Senate received a classified briefing on COVID-19. That same day, David Perdue bought medical equipment stock. Then he bought vaccine shares, dumped casino stock, millions in stock trades, while the rest of us were in the dark. At the same time, David Perdue told us the risk was low and would have little impact on our economy. David Perdue lied to us while he lined his own pockets.
Wow, a new Buick for me?
To James, from James. That's just what I wanted.
Is this a new Buick? I Secret Santed myself.
I shouldn't have, but I have been very good this year.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
This year turned Black Friday into Buick Friday, all month long. Now during Buick Friday, pay no interest for 84 months on most 2020 Buick SUV models.
Guys, do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Now, there's great news. Peak Performance for Men will help you regain your performance and confidence, and they guarantee it. Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, clinically shown to open up and regrow blood vessels, restoring normal and natural functionality where it counts most. There are no needles, no surgery, and best of all, no pain. Call now and receive an ultrasound, your initial consultation, all for only $49 in over $300 value. We can make the difference. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
When you have 0 worries and 0 stress, there are 0 reasons not to get into a Volkswagen. Click, call, or come by today. Visit our Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event and lease the 2020 Jetta S today with 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
All personal injury law firms are not the same. That means that when you're injured, one lawyer might get great results and another far less. One firm might have excellent service and another's could be terrible. So if you need a personal injury lawyer, how should you choose? As someone who's been doing this a long time, there are a lot of firms I'd never hire, ever. Here's my advice. Do your research. And if you find a better law firm than ours, hire them. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
The Action News Jax First Alert Skycam Network is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan.
Another update on that breaking news. A mayor says that multiple people were shot at a mall in Wisconsin, and right now the search is on for the suspect. 75 officers are at that mall right now, and the FBI is assisting. We're working to try to bring you updates as we get them in, but that's the latest that we know from that mall shooting there in Wisconsin. None of the injuries, according to the mayor, are life-threatening, but again, we'll keep you updated. The holidays will be different this year because of the pandemic, but at least one thing is the same. Kids want toys. Action News Jack's Phil Amato takes a look at what's popular this year.
Pull the ripcord and let it fly.
The race is on to buy the must-have holiday toys kids are clamoring for. The Toy Insider's Marissa DiBartolo says this year, many parents have their own wish lists.
Let's see what we get.
With old-school items, including the Price is Right-inspired Plinko game.
Because you can't go anywhere. So this year, families are really looking for things like board games and activity toys and things that they can all play together.
The National Retail Federation says Legos and other classic toys like Barbie are popular this year. So are high-tech video game consoles. And this Mario Kart Live.
Here we go.
There's a camera on top so kids can get the racer's perspective. Another toy? The Kitty Zoom Creator Cam inspires creativity.
Kids are watching videos on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok more than ever before, and this camera is a safe way for them to really dabble in making their own videos.
Kids will also be asking for new toys from Ryan and LOL Surprise.
Get ready to move.
The latest version of Baby Shark is expected to be a hit.
Take it up.
And may the force be with parents trying to get this Star Wars toy.
The child is definitely one of those big hot items this year.
The child, a.k.a. Baby Yoda, now comes in a remote control version.
And they can use that to control all of the child's movements. You can make him walk. You can play hide and seek with him.
Experts say parents seeking a hot toy don't want to wait too long. The pandemic has more people buying online, which could lead to shipping delays. Phil Amato, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
FedEx, UPS, and the Postal Service have announced their deadlines for holiday shopping. For FedEx, you'll want to ship by December 15th for home delivery and ground shipping, December 22nd for 2-day shipping, and the 23rd for priority overnight. UPS also has the same ground deadline, the 21st for 3-day select shipping, the 22nd for second-day next air, and the 23rd for next-day air. And you need to mail by the 15th for USPS retail ground, the 18th for first-class mail, the 19th for priority mail, and the 23rd for priority mail express. A National Latino Museum in Washington is closer to reality. This week, the Senate Rules Committee met to discuss a bill that would authorize the museum's creation. Action News Jax told you in July the House approved its version of legislation. Supporters say it would complement others like the National Museums of African American History and the American Indian Museum.
No one can deny that the 60 million Latino Americans living in this country will continue to shape America's future just as we have shaped America's past.
More than 3 million people visited the African American Museum in the first 2 years. It opened in 2016, 13 years after Congress passed legislation establishing it.
Now, Action News Jax First Alert Weather.
Well, we've been in a warm spell over the last couple of weeks, more or less. One of the warmest years on record underway now. And, of course, there's only 5 weeks left, 6 weeks or so. Second warmest for Duval County and Metro Jacksonville. And look how this stacks up against the rest of Florida. There are a number of places that are having their warmest year on record throughout Central and South Florida. And if it's not number one, it's at least top 3, 4, and in many cases it's number 2. So pretty interesting. I've tweeted this out at Mike First Alert, and above average temperatures look to hold all the way through Thanksgiving and looks to me like right into the beginning of December at least, although the pattern does become more active after Thanksgiving across much of the U.S., as you'd expect as we get deeper into fall and close to winter here. 5-Sweep First Alert Doppler HD also tracking a few showers moving from east to west across the area. Let's check out First Alert Storm Tracker in the rain this evening as we continue to see the cloud cover bring in every once in a while at least some shower activity, and here it is now. You can see the raindrops on the windshield of First Alert Storm Tracker. So if you're headed out this evening, grab an umbrella, make sure you're ready for at least a little bit of rain. In between these bands of rain, it's really a pretty decent evening. The temperatures are mild enough. A few sprinkles near and just south of McClenny that moved through Duval County a little earlier and were heavier then, and a nice little cluster of showers southeastern beltway of 295 either way of Bay Yard a little bit to Bay Meadows and all the way to San Jose Boulevard now. This will move westbound into Orange Park in 4 minutes. Argyle Forest about 6 o'clock straight up. Oakleaf at about 6:06 and Cecil about 6:15. And other scattered showers near and south of St. Augustine. And you see a little yellow in here as well. Moving into Hastings soon. Palatka getting some rain. These showers moving into Piccolata at 5:58. Interlaken at about 6:15. And Flora home by 6:27. St. Augustine, First Alert Skycam Network. Indeed, those showers are there right now. You can see the raindrops on the lens, but you can also see the beautiful holiday lights. Temperature 68 degrees right now. It's certainly breezy the closer you are to the coast, and you can see the wind blowing there. 9 o'clock in the evening, about 70 or so, so holding steady, if not even going up a little bit at the coast and the beaches, while inland spots will drop into the upper 50s to around 60 degrees. So this weekend, it's not a washout, but there's going to be rain again. These bands of showers will move in off the Atlantic from time to time, so even a little bit of rain around in the morning, and then you get some breaks, some sunshine, and it pops up again on and off through tomorrow night. And Sunday is very much the same story, but with the sunshine, the temperatures will be relatively mild. We'll be into the 70s and a few degrees even above average, starting out in the low to mid 60s early in the morning, mid to upper 70s in the afternoon, but will fluctuate, of course, depending on the exact location of any rain. And the Jags game Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock kickoff, we're looking at temperatures in the 70s. Really quite mild, but there will be a crosswind out of the east at about 10 to 15 miles per hour and a chance for a shower or two. The weekend is always in view in the First Alert 7-day forecast, and the warm temperatures continue into next week. Above average, a few showers return by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, but it looks pretty scattered and a mild Thanksgiving Day. ActionNewsJax.com is over your latest First Alert weather. You can download for free the First Alert weather app.
Coming up, 2 stories you haven't seen on Action News Jax. First, more houses, more families. Nocatee is getting even bigger.
What leaders say is missing in this community that could impact your family's health.
Then, it's an Action News Jax original restaurant report. What food inspectors found hiding inside one local restaurant that forced them to close their doors. Next on Action News Jax.
I know this all looks very Hollywood, but guess what? This is a Nissan sales event ad. Sales event ads are usually boring. Is this boring? Ooh, nice. This Sentra has more standard safety features than that 3 Series behind me. Oh, we're going rogue now.
Lease Sentra, just $179 per month.
The reviews are in. Stormforce of Jacksonville has been named as one of the most respected roofing companies in America. That's why we have been chosen best of the best 3 years running and have an A+ rating. We're committed to providing you with the best service possible, using the highest quality roofing materials, being transparent through the entire process, and providing continuing training for our team members. When it comes to roofing, you deserve the best of the best. Stormforce, roofing done right. Call today or visit us online, stormforce.com.
As a retired weatherman, I like things I can predict. That's why I chose an AARP Medicare supplement insurance plan from United Healthcare. It's the kind of plan with predictable out-of-pocket costs. Plus, the plan I chose has a low to 0% chance of copays. It's a sunny day for me.
Honey, you're doing it again.
I'll stop.
The only Medicare supplement plans with the AARP name. Medicare supplement plans have no networks and no referrals, so you can take charge.
Georgia is grateful for the doctors, nurses, first responders, for those who sacrificed to keep the lights on, to keep us fed, to keep us safe, to keep us moving, for the teachers who have gone above and beyond, for the love and support of our families. Everybody in Georgia is thankful for everyone who stepped up to get us through this year. And now it's time to step up for them, to reunite our country and end this crisis. I'll work with Joe Biden to beat the virus, empowering medical experts to implement a national health strategy with free testing and vaccinations, to provide immediate financial relief for working families and small businesses, and an infrastructure and jobs program that will jumpstart our economy. And when we get this done, next year it's Thanksgiving with the whole family. To all who have given so much this year, thank you. I'm John Ossoff, and I approve this message.
Bears Furniture celebrates 75 years and our stunning new Jacksonville location with savings up to 75%. Plus, save 50% on all Tommy Bahama during our anniversary sale at Bears Furniture Jacksonville.
Hey, I have something that is perfect for right now. Gift giving season is upon us. And if you read all the articles, what they say is people today want experiences. How do you give someone an experience if they're not leaving the house? I can help you with that. This is the Arts of Christmas box, and it is actually kind of a virtual trip. It's an experience where you get to experience the Holy Land in ways that you never have before. And I love everything in here because everything in here is something you get to use and experience and learn and eat and taste and talk about and all those kinds of wonderful things. So this is Shava tea, peace and tranquility. It's a wonderful traditional tea in that part of the world. Shakshuka blend. This is a wonderful hand blend of 8 different spices that makes up a traditional breakfast dish in that part of the world that everybody talks about when they visit. This beautiful organic handmade soap. It's actually made by a mother of 3. And she went to school to learn how to make fine soap. She now sells them there in Israel, and now you can experience that here. This cross is made from olive wood that is 150 years old. Isn't that amazing? A game made by a grandmother to help her grandchildren experience that country. I mean, this amazing apple pomegranate honey spread that was made by farmers, and all kinds of great information. And this is something that you can give someone, and it is an experience. I was lucky enough to be able to help my parents take a trip to the Holy Land a number of years ago, and they had the most amazing time experiencing the culture and the history. To be able to give someone that experience without ever having to leave home and have it be something something you can all do together. The whole family gathers around, you open up the box, you try everything, you talk about everything, and you learn about everything. I love that idea. Right now on localsteals.com, the Arts of Christmas box is 20% off, and it's an experience you will all remember and absolutely love.
What to watch tonight, brought to you by Ashley Home Store.
Take a look at this. 6 people now back on the ground after getting stuck on a Ferris wheel in Panama City Beach last night. The visitors were stuck more than 180 feet in the air, and winds made the rescue tricky for firefighters that used a crane to rescue the stranded passengers. It took about 6 hours to get everyone down. Firefighters say a power outage caused the ride to stop.
Action News Jax, your official Jaguars stations, and ahead of Sunday's game, members of the offensive line sponsored Turkey Time with the O-Line. This is video of volunteers giving families free groceries at the bank. The team pre-selected 500 families to give back ahead of Thanksgiving. The players could not attend this giveaway because of COVID-19 protocols. Jags fans, get your teal and black ready. Tune in at 11:30 for Countdown to Kickoff on Sunday. Kickoff is at 1. It's all happening on CBS 47.